Okay, we're live, and it is very, very unplanned. So I apologize for not giving anybody a heads up. We'll see how this goes because I haven't even had a full cup of coffee. Well, probably the number one thing I have always been about my channel is being authentic, being encouraging, and being real. And sometimes, well, I'm not sure how to go from there. But so we're about ready to finish our third or fourth week of school. And I'm trying so hard to really think about whether or not we are going to continue what we're doing. What's wrong? Oh, you got his hat? Well, because I'm live, so I need to. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, where was I? School. So we have been really trying to follow the Ambleside schedule as much as possible with, like tweaking some of the books here, but still following the schedule of less is more in terms of content in our books. However, what I'm finding is that I have kids very burnt out already, and I'm burnt out already, and we have so much to do every week. Now, because I'm still working at it within as much as we can do together, maybe we're doing more than normal. I think only my daughter has one more subject than normal, but even when I compare what we're doing in the layout of Ambleside, which I can't access that right now, even if I compare what we're doing with how the Ambleside layout is, we still seem to be doing less. And I'm not worried about that. But it's morning. Oh, gosh. Want to go play?
And go get a chocolate.
Okay. Anyway, every night I'm just going to bed and I'm thinking, this is why I switched to Charlotte Mason, and now we're struggling and we're all frustrated and we're all angry with one another. And when it comes to our family dynamics, our family unit is more important to me than how many books I can get in, how brilliant students I can train, teach, whatever. So anyway, I know it's rambling, but in all honesty, I know so many of you come over here because you want to see how I do a Charlotte Mason education, how I'm doing Ambleside. And I'm kind of at a point where I might be stopping for a bit. There's so many good books to read. There's so little time. And I think one of the reasons that I really try to push for Ambleside or Charlotte Mason is so that we can get all these great books in. But it'll come at a cost if I'm just trying to focus only on that and not on us growing together as a family. These books will be there forever throughout their adulthood. I'm reading them now for the first time, and I haven't been damaged by that. I don't know if I would have changed who I was because of it if I had read it sooner. But something that helps me stay close to my family is all of the things that we have done throughout my childhood. That didn't come out right, but basically, because of how I was brought up, family was more important than anything else. And I was homeschooled, so if we didn't meet every subject every day, that was fine. But if we got to play together every day, that was so encouraged. And I am so close to my siblings now than I know a lot of people are. And that's kind of what I want my children to have. In contrast, I can see that my desire to give them this rich education is starting to add more stress, which is making us snap at one another. We don't have as loving a spirit with one another. And I'm just really, really, really thinking, what is that?
Coffee, because he loves you.
That doesn't look like coffee for me.
I didn't make it.
You didn't make it? Can you fix something? I'm going to take that right now. Thank you. That was so sweet of you to bring that for me. Where was I? Anyway. What? Trying to get my brain back here. Maybe a sip of coffee will help. Anyway, so that's kind of where I am right now, just trying to think about what we, if our goal is academics, then I think we're on the right path. If our goal is to have a unit that can work together and grow together and learn together, then we're on the wrong path. And I'm trying to think about how to do that. So where I'm going to go back to isn't textbooks, because like I was telling my husband, textbooks that's not my goal. Hi, India Mom. It was totally random. I've been so good about sticking to a schedule right now. And I needed something for today because I didn't get any editing done. And it's kind of rambling because it's early in the morning. Someone needs more coffee.
I do.
Somebody does not need coffee. And anyway, we're talking about some of the struggles that I'm having with Ambleside. Not so much Ambleside in itself, but I'm sorry, I am tickling you. How it's working out or not working out for our family. Night, kiddos. So what does that... So, are you in India? Sometimes I know that people use their culture as their name, but you're actually geographically in India? Wow, cool.
Cool. I wish I lived in India.
We were learning about India. When was that? We were learning about some stuff.
That and that one. No, that's China. No.
That was China, yeah. And then Ethiopia was another one. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Sidetracked, yes. That's me.
I don't know what that was.
You don't know what that was?
I don't know what that was.
So
I don't know what
you get the unedited videos when I go live. But where's John? Okay. No, I'm in Delhi now.
You alive?
Sorry, keep going, please. So I'm very squirrel. I get very easily sidetracked. And I think a lot of it has to do with I am trying to formulate words. And so if I get something that I can kind of tone down that anxiety of trying to come up with a perfect word, then it's easier for me. Anyway, Ambleside. So I really want to go back to our family unit where the family is more important to how we're learning than the books that we're reading. And this has just been a lot on my mind right now, especially with a a lot of the book videos that are coming out from other vloggers, because I know some people, especially when I put my book videos out, they talk about how they can't read that fast or they don't read as much. And the more that I'm thinking about this in a completely different way, I'm just thinking, you know, I kind of do have that mindset of, let's get through as many of these great and wonderful books as we can. Let's check all of them off that we've read them, but we're missing so much. And this one in our school needs more mommy.
I am in second grade.
You think that. Anyway, so I am really thinking about how I want to do this. And again, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to reiterate it. I know that so many of you guys come here because of Johnny. Oh, don't jump on the bench. Now you all know how hard it is to film. Where was I? You all come here because I do the Ambleside and the Charlotte Mason, and John, you are the last person to need coffee. And here I am thinking, okay, this is not working. I'm not going to go back to textbooks. Mommy. That is me. Mommy. And I don't learn well, and I'm not going to be able to, what? You want to be up here too? Textbook learning is not. Mommy. Oh, you're going to shake for a bit. Sorry, guys. Mommy. Yes. Now what?
I don't know. Hey, me and him are matchings. Except mine's button up.
Okay. Now you need to be quiet while I speak to our friends, okay? It's kind of like interrupting. Even though you can't see them or hear them, it's still the same. Yes, John. You too. Yes. That's Johnny. Yeah. You can see you. And over on this side are our friends. They're saying hi. Say hello. They're saying good morning. And handsome boys. Yes. Humble, too. All right. So we're going back to mommy talking, and we're going to be quiet. Squirrel. You went down? Mm-hmm. Okay. Bye-bye. Careful of the cord. Careful of the cord.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, sorry. Bye-bye.
Just said, careful of the cord. If that cord doesn't stayed plugged in, I could disappear because I've got like 10 seconds to make sure the cord is in before my computer just shuts down. It has no battery in it. So thank you for getting me back on track. So no more C or less books in general. Okay. So I'm actually going to go back to, I think that's where I stopped when all the distractions came. I'm going to go back to Charlotte Mason's books and go back to the beginning. Her whole philosophy was to educate the child, not to make the child well-read. And you use living books to do that. And definitely that's something important to do. And I love Charlotte Mason. I love living books. But I need to make sure that we're doing stuff that we can work together as a family. If one person is doing one book and another person is doing another book, and I'm working on the two younger ones with their books, we are already starting to spread out. And I have the one boy that was here and this one and my other daughter. They are so loud, and it makes it really difficult for the older ones to get their schoolwork done. So we're getting a lot of anger through accounts. I'm getting angry that their tempers are up. They're getting angry because I can't concentrate. And these are books that you kind of need to concentrate. I don't allow people stomping into their bedroom and slamming doors. So it's like you're going to have to learn to work through the noise. If they want to do it in a, Mom, can I go into my room? I need some peace and quiet. I'm okay with that, but that's generally not the first response that I get. So Until I get that, they had to stay out here. So anyway, we're going to go back to, I think just making things as simple as possible and using as much Charlotte Mason philosophy where we're going to do living books, but if I don't hit a biography, if I don't hit a biography and a science read and a geography and this and that, even though we don't do these every day, the fact that they are still on a list and need to be done can really start adding pressure. And that was another thing that I was noticing. I would have a list out for my daughter of everything that she needed to do so that we would know how to, she could take charge of her schooling. She could do more stuff independently, not wait for me to tell her what to do next. And things were just becoming check boxes. And when I asked for, okay, I need a narration on these, it was just like, which completely, it's not what the whole purpose in this is doing. So all that to say, here I did this video of what my daughter's going to be doing for Ambleside Year 5, and I'm already changing that. And that was another thing that was really hard to come out and say this, and probably in the back of my mind, my thinking is go live and then you can't backtrack. I don't like to quit. Knowing me, I would have tried to stick it out for the full year and then change something next year. And I don't think that's going to be the best fit for our family. Part of me says, okay, that's because you're failing at this. Realistically, if somebody was to tell me what I'm telling you right now, then I would say, no, you're not a failure. You're realizing what your family needs and you need to work with that. But for some reason, if I tell myself that, then I'm failing. So it doesn't make sense. Anyway, so that's pretty much, that's pretty much kind of where I'm going right now, Euphemia. Could you get that purse if it stays there? We're going to have, thank you. So anyway, does anybody have questions? Because I've been rambling so much. Can I have that, please? There's no parade video.
No, of the lip sync.
Lip sync. Well, if I'm going, anyway. Careful, John boy.
Oh, they already did the parade of 1,000 flags.
No, the parade of 1,000 flags this weekend. All right, so.
Hi.
That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to go back and refigure this out, which is kind of funny since I started our school year. Okay, when you rock it, their end starts shaking a bit, and that can make people dizzy.
Bye.
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 Okay, well, I'm going to have to go. It's morning here. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and we generally start school around 9. Have you come across, I don't know what that is. Bye. What is that? What is it, that Indian mom? Can you use the funds for Charlotte Mason? Leah Bowden. No, I haven't heard of Leah Bowden. I'll have to look her up. Unicorn Queen. I can use, as long as there's no Christian reference within the books. Some of the, okay. This one I had to purchase because each time the story uses nature to reveal God in a beautiful way, and our funds cannot. Yes, that is your school book. See, something like this, we could all be benefiting from this. I don't just have to do it with those two. Anyway, our funding will not pay for this, and a lot of Charlotte Mason stuff tends to be more Christian. I know Build Your Library is secular, and they are on our funding. However, I'm wondering if we're going to end up back in a similar position of so many books to read and not getting a full amount from it.
They're moving Amazon to here. They're moving Amazon here.
Okay. Can you show me that after this conversation? So that a lot of our other funding was used to purchase some of the Charlotte Mason books. Like I got my son over here some science biographies, and I used our funding for that. The timeline things I was able to use for that, and that would be our Book of Centuries. So I adapted as much as I could. Our math is math, and I know I've done a video on that, but math is math, and I don't need a Charlotte Mason specific curriculum for that. And let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking and I'm ignoring you. Let me finish this thought so that you know I'm not ignoring you, but so you know how squirrel I get. And let's see what else. Funding can cover a lot of like the paints and stuff. And I did have a little bit of a problem with trying to get some of the paints that Ambleside recommended because they are really, really tiny. Sorry, they're like that big. And they were about $18. And the teacher that I had was like, that's a lot for something like this. Can't you just get something comparable for the kids? So a lot of some of the more specific things like that, you have to get approved. You can't just purchase what you want. Beautiful Feet, because they are Christian-based, I can't use them. My Father's World is Christian-based, and I can't use them. Sunlight, I can't use. I can do Bookshark, which was an option. But again, I'm just going back to if I have kids doing books here and books here, and I'm trying to teach over here, not to mention the 2 extra students I have, which is my sister and this other kid, then we're getting spread I'm getting spread all over the place. The kids, there's no coming together. No, I didn't know if I was going to go live. Trying to homeschool with that one has been really great. Have y'all seen Singing in the Rain, Donald O'Connor? He's my Donald O'Connor. That's all I gotta say. So anyway, I hope that, oh, okay, I see. How about Waldorf? So I don't know which states have funding, Unicorn Queen. Yes. That's my Donald, seriously. To the point of I have a hole in my wall in my boys' room. Yeah. So
What?
he's hitting himself. He's laughing about it. Anyway, so I will be trying to look for Leah Bowden and seeing how to do that. I want to go back to Charlotte Mason. I want to go back to her books. Oh, can we work together on this, please? That's what I'm talking about. And just if I can go back to who Charlotte Mason was at the heart of things, and and that was it. That's why I got so passionate about Charlotte Mason. It was the heart of the child. And right now, I don't have their hearts. I have their yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever you say, ma'am. That's not what I want. So is it a curriculum thing or is it a relationship thing? I think if I can fix our curriculum so that I can work on our relationship, then we can figure out where we need to go from here. Somebody asked about Waldorf. I love Waldorf. It has a lot of hands-on. And I don't know if this is only for Pepper and Pine or if this is the whole Waldorf thing, but the difference between Waldorf and Charlotte Mason is kind of a less is more approach where the lessons are short and you give them a feast of ideas, whereas Waldorf is put big blocks of time into a unit and study that for I think 3 or 4 weeks. So I do have the one book, Understanding a Waldorf Education. I haven't finished that though. I just remembered I had to set it aside for something and it got put back on the shelf. So I need to finish that book. God bless my son. God bless my soul. Lordy. Yeah, he's cute. I love him too. So we're gonna figure this out. But if I have all of these wonderful subscribers here, go ahead and share in the comments below if you're catching this later. Share your thoughts, share your ideas. I do want to hear from you. I am in the learning process just as much as you. I didn't start a YouTube channel because I was arrived somewhere and had all this wealth of knowledge to share with you. I started a YouTube channel because it's like a conversation with other people. I do have people that do Charlotte Mason in our town, and they do 2 to 3 kids. So far, I haven't met anybody that has more than 3 kids doing Charlotte Mason. So, and I've got 5, working on 6 because of my sister, and a little bit of 7 with my other students. But I do more of a public school, homeschool with him because he did come from a public school, and just switching from that to Charlotte Mason almost got us too laxed. And so I'm trying to balance that out. It's 8:45. I got my sister coming here soon, so I probably need to wrap this up. But I will be looking at the modern Charlotte Mason lady. That was kind of another thing in starting this channel, was I didn't want an old-fashioned Charlotte Mason. By that, I mean the principle of the idea is what I wanted it to carry through the generations. Raising good citizens, still want that. But parasols in the park is not really our world today. So this afternoon, it's still morning here, and I'm still getting my first cup of coffee. Speaking of, do I have any more heated up?
Let me see.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think you have to make more.
I think that means I need to grind coffee beans.
Ouch.
So anyway, I'll be looking into that Waldorf. With tailoring it, I would really have to do it for a group of time to see if it'll fit for us. I do like the hands-on projects that I see Hannah from Pepper and Pine doing. I really do like those. And it's something that we're not getting a lot of in our homeschool, and I kind of need to bring it back. Layers, look into layers of learning. Rainbow Resource carries it. It's neutral, and you can teach all the kids at the same time, which is where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be trying to do with more Charlotte Mason. God bless your soul. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to catch up on comments. I only have 2 kids, and they do all subjects together except language arts and math. I couldn't do them all separate. I'm kind of at that point. We do science together, we do history together, we do Bible together, we do poetry together, we do memory work together, and then we kind of scatter. And then I've got someone working on grammar here, someone else working on grammar here, somebody else doing their grammar here. And if they need me, then I'll answer them. But then I'm working with the younger 2, trying to get them going, or I'm trying to stop fights and real life. Or I'm trying to stop fights and getting the house out of, under control instead of the chaos. And then they moved to, hi. Speaking of, Steve, yeah, we did. Never mind. Squirrel. Then we got spelling that we move into, and then we do the other things. And then basically we all come back together for science at the end. We haven't been able to do any Shakespeare, which I think you guys still miss Shakespeare. I know my sister does. We haven't been able to do watercoloring, which is something all of them want to do, but I am so focused on making sure that we get those subjects done, and we're missing out on the love of learning. So it really is going to be going back to, okay, I don't have the heart of my child. What can I do to get that back, especially with hormones changing? And hormones dropping. They're stealing my hormones. That's what it is. Got it. So anyway, getting on here, being real and honest with you, things might be changing. If you came here expecting somebody put together for a Charlotte Mason education, more and more I'm realizing I don't have that. And the funny thing about starting a YouTube channel is the things that you think you know and you put out there, suddenly I get blasted with jumps and curves and bends. And it's like, oh, I didn't have this as well as I thought I did. So that's me. And I think I got kids raising. Yeah. Right, Angela? That's what I need to get back to. That when I started homeschooling, that was something that I said I wanted to do from the beginning, before I even had Charlotte Mason. I wanted us to do stuff together, and I wanted to be involved in it. That was my heart. That was my desire. And then we did it textbook-wise, and like, this isn't what I planned. And I was researching and found Charlotte Mason, loved it. The other thing that I'm really, really finding lately is that I am scrolling through Instagram, looking at those perfect pictures, which I know are not perfect. I know we're seeing something pretty. I know. But part of it is like this, you're not getting there. You're not getting there. Ha, ha, ha. And yeah, I talk bad to myself a lot. I think it's, okay, when you lean on the table and we don't need to scrape the walls over here. You want to pick up the game? I need you to leave that alone. Thank you. So, yeah. Where was I? We need to work back on becoming a family unit, not a separated learning family. That's not my heart. That's not how they need to learn, especially the younger ones. They need to hear the older ones learn and struggle, and then that's what really helps them grow too. Anyway, so that's kind of where I am. I had posted what my daughter is going to be doing. I had began to film what my son's going to be doing, and what I will probably end up doing is sitting down with the older two, especially because they're the ones that have a lot going on, and saying, what do you want to do? This is what I need you to do. Math, grammar, history reading, science. After that, they've got like 5 other things that I've been putting in there. It's like, what else do you want to do? Okay, how many of this can be put together and we can all learn it together? So that's kind of where I'm going at right now. If that's something that you guys want to see, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below, and I will try to get a video of how that has worked out, maybe after we've done it for a few weeks. And we shall see. We shall see how this goes, but that's what it is. That's my struggles. If you got tips, like check out The Modern Mrs. Darcy, check out Waldorf. That's great. Thank you so much for putting those in. And I don't have any scraps of paper anywhere.
What are you doing?
And I don't know where she is. Yeah, I will see you next time. See, now you know how much I cut out when I make videos. Oh boy, that's me. This is my life. This is my circus. These are my monkeys. Whatever that Mimi is that goes around. But I'm so glad that I got on to talk with you, kind of work some stuff out in my own mind. Be completely honest with you, especially if you're here for those Charlotte Mason videos. And here I am saying, you know what? Charlotte Mason is still my heart. Charlotte Mason is still where I want to go. But making Ambleside work is probably not where I need to be right now. I need to bring us all back together, especially before my oldest hits high school. When she hits high school, she is going to be all about her learning. How do I want to put this? I know it's a word. Self-directed learning. So she will be taking charge of our own school. So I still have this opportunity for everybody to be together, and I'm kind of wasting it. So we're going to figure this out. In so much as curriculum, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And again, I always really struggle with quitting. So this is going to be raw and honest. Here I am trying to figure this out. But I'm going to let you all go. My sister is here, which means it's time for us to start school. And we're going to start a little bit differently today. We're not going to all sit down on the couch. We're actually going to go for a walk and pick out something to draw while we come back home and sit on the couch. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.